Hi, this is Francisco, week 7, consultant expert. Thank you for listening in. Last week we talked about Schedule C and as far as the differences in filing taxes for single member LLCs and certain sole proprietors as well. This week we're going to talk about partnerships, CCorps, and SCorps. First we're going to start with the due dates of each of these different types of entities. So 1065 is a partnership tax return. So it basically means to be a partnership, there has to be more than one person, right? 2 people, and the percentages could vary depending on your type agreement that you have with your partner. Could be multiple partners as well, not just 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you do the taxes, you will stipulate and put the people's names and the percentages of each one. Now, this year the IRS released as far as the due dates. Years ago, they were all due dates were the same, and they've changed throughout the years, probably about 2 years ago. So it's very important to remember that a 1065, which is a partnership return, is due before March 16th of this year, because 15th is usually the 15th, but when it's a holiday they switch over to the next day. So it's important to remember that 1065 partnership returns are due March 16th, 2020 this year. Also, SCorps, which is a S corporation, so it's very important to remember this as well, are also due March 16th, 2020. So 1065, which is partnership tax return, and SCorp, which is a S corporation, small business corporation, are due March 16, 2020. Now we're going to slide over to CCorps, which is a C corporation. So a C corporation for tax purposes is a separate entity. It's not a pass-through like an SCorp. They file their tax returns. If they owe money, they owe directly. If they have a loss, it stays with the company as well and can be carried over for the next year. These dates also are April 15th. So the last day of individual tax filers, ourselves taxpayers filing, is April 15th of 2020 this year, and also the same date of CCorps. So sometimes people think they're the same days, and as you see, they're not. So CCorp is due April 15th, SCorp is due March 16th, as well as 1065. So it's very important to know these differences in dates, because you will be, if you owe money, you can be fined. If it's filed late, you can be fined. You also incur penalty and interest as well. So it's very important to know what type of entity you have. And we'll talk briefly too about how you can change these entities as well, because a lot of times when somebody opens a corporation, they assume that it's automatically an SCorp, or they assume it's a CCorp. And there's certain forms that do need to be filed, and you need to ask the preparer or place that you go, like, first of all, know the differences, ask questions as far as what are the advantages, disadvantages, because sometimes I have people come and just say, oh, I'm doing SCorp because, so-and-so has an SCorp. Now, it's very important to know why, the advantages and disadvantages, as I said, that can help you. So depending on your situation, tax situation, if you have a full-time job, other business, it may not be convenient for you to have an SCorp or maybe a CCorp, or vice versa. You can always change as well. Once you start, let's say you're a CCorp, you can file a 2553 and elect to be treated as an SCorp for income tax purposes. And you fill out this form. You also sign a certain consent statement along with your Social Security and information. And once you send it to the government along with the taxes, they'll send you back a letter saying that the election was granted. And from then on, you file taxes as far as an SCorp. It can be revoked as well. You can ask for revocation of this election and return to a CCorp. Years ago, you really couldn't do that. Now, they started, you can do that. So it's very important to know what type of entity you want to have and what's advantageous for you in your life and in your business. Some people have multiple businesses. Say they know they're going to have a loss in one and they're gaining money here. Sometimes they'll do a SCorp, which is a pass-through entity, to be able to report the losses or income. So it's very important to sit down. So you guys can come into any one of our offices and we can discuss this with you. Free consultation. I'm here at 7804 Midlothian Turnpike, Richmond, Virginia 23235. Phone number is 804-269-7689. And we also have office in 6115 Staples Mills Road, and where you can have a free consultation as well to find out if you guys haven't started a business, or if you're thinking about doing it. A lot of people have questions what the difference between LLC, CCorp, SCorp. I just explained to you the due dates for each one of these, but we'll talk another day in depth as well, as far as more advantages and disadvantages and what may be right for you. Well, that's why sometimes we encourage people to come in for consultation, to sit in and see what is actually right for yourself. So again, just remember these due dates: that 1065 partnership return, SCorp is March 16th, of this year, and then CCorp and naturally individual income tax returns April 15th Okay, and then also people that have foreign bank accounts and have to report them on FinCEN 114, they are also due April 15th as well. So foreign bank account reports, April 15th. CCorp, April 15th. Individual income tax reports, April 15th. 1065 and S corporations, March 16th. Okay, these are the due dates for these returns. Well, thanks so much for listening in, and I look forward to seeing you guys in one of our offices. And again, see you next week as well. Have a great day and have a great week as well.